pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Back, and we're going to get rolling here for SCL Weekly Racing Series action here from New Hampshire. I'm going to take a look now, hopefully at your leader, and that will be way up here. Trevor Dalton sitting in the number one spot, flanked by Matthew McMeekin. Going to be really interesting to see how well these drivers launch off and get a good start here to this event. Really excited to bring this action to you, perhaps a little delayed, but my hope is that we can get a product out to you guys as soon as possible, because we certainly do enjoy having this for you. Hosting SCL Weekly Racing Series content from New Hampshire, and we are underway. It's going to be Matthew McMeekin trying to chase down Trevor Dalton here up front. Diving down here into turn one and turn two. You can see already we have contact. Eric Peterson's going to slip by, but let me tell you, Charles T did not. And already, lap one, turn one, we have an incident. Take a look here. Steven Johnson trying to take it 3 wide, and Charles T getting into him. A little bit of damage there from the 24 car. Look at that 21 just barely eke on through there. Take another peek here from a different angle. Focusing on Charles T here in the 50 machine. Yeah, just nowhere for him to go. Steven Johnson, just a little ambitious there. So lap 1, turn 1.
Yes, sir. Off for.
We already have our first caution of this 100-lap event. They're going to be chasing here Trevor Dalton,
Alright guys, that caution brought up by 44 Stephen Johnson.
who has had a really sporty car over these last few weeks.
Putting his nose in, trying to get under lead 50 there. 50, you know, full call, what's going on. Call spin.
Super excited to bring this action to you.
So
My hope is that
keep rolling. Try and get some green
we
flags
can get
in.
this edited and sent out as soon as possible.
Sorry guys.
It's all good, dude. Did you just download this track?
Yep.
But now you got to rack them up and start all over. For these drivers, they're going to have to get mentally focused and get back into the groove of things, trying to figure out, hey, what works best for me here. As you can see, the lights are still on the pace car, which means, at least for that brief moment, we had not the signal yet for one to go, and the lights are off. So we will be racking them up here very shortly for one to go. Side by side they go now, getting all stacked up here, coming out of turn 2. See back there, mid-pack. It's Michael Cord there blinking. Last couple weeks, his connection's been pretty good. So hopefully he can get that settled in. Because when he's got it all figured out, that 17 natural light machine's got a lot of speed. But it's going to be Trevor Dalton and Eric Schaus side by side, looking to bring the field back here to green. And just like that, just like it never happened, we are back underway here at New Hampshire. Trevor Dalton getting a great restart as they flank out further on behind them. 2 by 2 they go. Take a look here. Some of the more exciting action now through the field. This is Austin Call. He's back here in the 6th position, -2 from where he started, trying to get some inroads here on the front 5. Oh, and we got more issues. Back here is Lee Campbell. Lee Campbell's in it.
That was on me.
44, Steven Johnson's in it again. Back-to-back cautions here on back-to-back laps here for SCL competition. This is very atypical here for this league. Take a look at this. We're going to be able to get a replay here of what exactly happened. And it's just off the restart. Michael Cord there blinking. He's not part of the issue. And it's Steven Johnson again? Nope. This was the first caution for incident. Excuse me here. Both having Steven Johnson and those Dark Horse Racing machines involved. This is the caution for incident. And Steven just losing it there.
That was on me. My car twitched coming out of corner.
Way down to the inside. I think the wreck happened in front of him. Yes, it did. There's Eric Peterson getting into the 014 car of Lee Campbell.
How do I put on
Hard into the outside wall. We'll take another look here. Just 2 guys going for the same spot.
Hi.
We are back live. Going to take a look at some of these drivers going down pit road. That's Ryan Farrell in the 40 machine. So this is position 20th through 24th now down on pit road.
36, Eric Peterson.
And Trevor Dalton's sitting pretty right now. There's no drama because he's the one in front, and that's pretty much it. So excited to see what these drivers an SCL competition can do if there's some green flag runs ahead of them. Let's see. These drivers are getting ready to take the green next time by. And while we're still under yellow, I'm going to bring in the boss man, Josh Terrett Hill. You got a copy?
Hey, you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I do. How are you doing here tonight?
Oh, you know, just doing our thing.
Well, I wanted to kind of explain a little bit on our end what's going on, but I want to hear from you as RC what's going on in terms of managing this event. This is very unlikely, or this is uncanny when it comes to SCL competition. I can't remember a race that started off this way in my long time of broadcasting your events. What about this track is difficult for these guys to really maneuver?
It's weird. I really thought that this was going to be like a long green flag sort of run track, and it usually is when we come here. But for some reason, these guys are just having a little bit of trouble. Like that last one was just like they're over-rotating a little bit coming off the corner. And the first one was just, you know, maybe going 3 wide into the corner. Just small little mistakes that are creating bigger issues that everybody gets caught up in because they have to roll around under caution. But I'm not really sure. Hopefully we can get going again here and have some good green flag runs.
Well, I think if there's any league that can bounce back from it, it's you guys over here at SCL. Always giving us a good contest. Over here at Sim Racing Media, we were just a little bit short on producers, and I got kind of thrown into all this. And my hope is that we can produce a good product for you guys here. But we're going to get it edited down and make sure that this broadcast is up a little bit later on the channel so you guys can enjoy it.
Awesome. Sounds good. I know you guys do the best you can, so thank you.
All right. Well, going back to green here, I'm going to put you back.
Thanks, Zach. Good luck.
That was Josh Terrett Hill, the boss man of SCL competition, joining us up in the booth. And we're back underway here at New Hampshire. 2x2 they go. Trevor Dalton's going to lead Eric Schaus and company. Let's see if they can make it around the circuit one lap. We're on lap 11, but the majority of our time together has been spent under caution. Got a battle back here for third, as you can see. That's Maxwell Caldwell. Points leader looking to make the dive on the inside, but not to be outdone. We're going to stay up here. It's Justin Lewis now making a fight for the lead. Got to be careful. Don't put too much wheel into that coming out of the corner. You heard RC. That's a big problem here, and we are under yellow once again. We're going to have to find out
It's car off too.
what exactly happened here.
Then we tried that dark. I need that caution to come in through.
I'm going to try.
Smack the wall on the back stretch.
Oh my. Yeah, I think I found it. So it's involving Jason Crumley back here. And Eric Peterson. So you can see, oh, this happened way up in front of them. Look at that. The 21 machines in it. And that would be... Let's take a look up here. Yeah, Mark Millard getting bumped by the 24. See the 36 in it. It has not been a good day for Dark Horse Racing. Take a look here how Eric Peterson again got caught up in this one. I mean, you really don't expect somebody to be coming down off the track there. Huge hit. Not a lot he can do there. Let's take a look one more time from what he was able to see. Coming down. Trying to get away. Just nowhere to go. So it has not been a good start for Dark Horse Racing. They have really struggled out of the box here to keep clean, but so has most of the competition so far. These guys have really, really struggling here at New Hampshire. And the thing for that, for the viewers watching, is this track, it's exceptionally flat. It's something that a lot of drivers, especially in these next-gen rides, they really are struggling with. Trying to get the bite off of the corner while keeping the car under control. You want maximum throttle input while, of course, keeping the car underneath you. And sometimes when you do that, you have too much wheel turning left, obviously, into the car, and it snaps around on you. We've seen a couple of the cautions end up like that. Almost got a lap in. I think technically we did, as we saw a couple battles here up front with the 30 and the 07. Maxwell Caldwell making his way up through the field. He's third right now. Maxwell started in the 6th spot tonight. The biggest mover is going to be the 6 machine of Eric McKenzie. Or Andrew McKenzie, excuse me. But he's been keeping that 6 machine pretty clean. He's +6 from where he started. He's now up to 15th. And as of right now, this race is a race of survival. So back up front, we're going to focus on these guys. It's going to be Trevor Dalton and Justin Lewis battling it out. Dalton's been able to fend off the competition, get good restarts here. Let's see what he can do as the flag is up in the air. We're back green here in New Hampshire. Trevor Dalton again gets a big jump in the center of the corner. He's able to really run away here very early on. Take a look back here. Look at this. Maxwell Caldwell already making a pass. Take a look back here a little bit through the field. It's 6th spot. The closest battles between Craig Forsythe and Matthew McMeekin back here. So you see Matthew going to take a peek on the inside. Barreling down into turn 1. Chad Jones looking on behind them. We are under yellow yet again here at New Hampshire. We're going to see, I believe this will be for the 2 machine of Todd Merkel. Getting into Adam Lowe. Just lazy spin. Does he get into anybody? Nope. Everybody drives around. And although that's probably not what he wants to see. Yeah, I mean, Merkel was driving his line in qualifying, if you remember.
What was that, Adam?
Staying right on that second groove. Adam thought he was going to go down perhaps a little bit further than he did.
Oh, I wound up.
Take a look. That's the 36 machine, the Dark Horse Racing machine of Eric Peterson. He's still down on pit road from an earlier incident. Has not been a good start for those guys. It's been smooth sailing here. If you are Trevor Dalton, guy who is trying to string some momentum, trying to get that going as he's pursuing, well, the guy behind him right now, Maxwell Caldwell, for the championship hunt. you hear, there's that 94 machine. He's been so good everywhere we go. The last couple weeks, he's shown some vulnerability, looking to get back to his dominating ways here at New Hampshire. Pretty difficult track to do it at, so we'll have to see how this all works out for him. And these drivers now are gonna rack him up again. As the pace car still has the lights on, which means we have at least one more turnaround here, as we are a fifth of the way through our event.
Yeah, I'm watching forward.
I want to let you know up here in the booth that we here at Sim Racing Media, we get to have the opportunity to broadcast these events to you because of the great partnerships that some of these leagues have with different sponsors, being able to talk about some of the guys that really love to support the iRacing community. One of those groups has made it possible for us to show off a ton of SCL content for you, and that will be WJM Motorsports. I want to tell you about them right now as we're getting ready to go green. WJM Motorsports is a team of professional and amateur virtual drivers, builders, broadcasters, crew chiefs, spotters, painters, and mechanics, all striving to win in one glorious, excited fashion. They provide extensive exposure for sponsors within real world and over the virtual racing world with an emphasis on iRacing. You can get your WJM merchandise and check out all the drivers and partners on the team, as well as finding more information about how you and your company can get on board with this rapidly growing, highly competitive iRacing team at WJMmotorsports.com or by sending an email to bill@WJMmotorsports.com. We will be spending lap 21 under green, or under yellow, but not lap 22. We're going to get ready to go back to green. It's Trevor Dalton side by side here with Maxwell Caldwell. Nobody's been able to out-restart the 30 machine, although this is Max's first time. Oh, and the caution got pushed. I was so concerned about the ad read, I didn't even bother to look at the pace car. So we're going to extend the caution again. And now the lights are off again. So these guys are going to be able to make their way around this track one more time before we go green. Taking a look here at, again, some of your biggest movers right now. AJ Hobson in that 63 Dynaco machine. He's up 6 from where he started. And again, Andrew McKenzie up 8 from where he started tonight. Mark Millard, who was involved in that earlier incident, is up 8 from where he started by virtue of drivers getting crashed out early. Lights are off here on the pace car, and we are ready to go back to green here. It's going to be Trevor Dalton, Maxwell Caldwell, and Justin Lewis, your top 3, as nobody's been able to out-restart Dalton here tonight. What a great restart. Barreling down here into turn 1 and 2, side by side. Now the battles for second place as Justin Lewis is going to try to take it to the outside, or to the inside rather, of Maxwell Caldwell. A little further on back through the field, we've got Chad Jones back here as the battle for second has panned out. As Maxwell Caldwell now going to take a peek for the lead. Nope, he's going to think better of it. Another battle back here is going to be AJ Hobson. He's not done moving up through the field, battling side by side with Chad Jones and company. Got 3 wide battles up here. You got Craig Forsythe up here in the 53 machine. Adam Lowe's been involved in, at least in that last incident. He's up 3 from where he started this evening. And the battle continues for the lead. Kind of had to back up his corner a little bit. Now we're going to have a 3 wide. Nope. Justin Lewis thought better of it. Trevor Dalton's going to try to fend off Maxwell Caldwell here for the lead. Side by side going into the corner, into turn 3 and 4. Look at that 94. He doesn't want to be there on the very bottom line. He's going to run the 30 a little bit up the racetrack. Dalton's able to squeak on by. I think Maxwell Caldwell is going to get the spot by virtue of timing and scoring, because we do have another caution. I believe this one is Jason Crumley.
I didn't mean for it to be. I got super tight on X
Just a, oh, I was going to say a single car spin, but that is not the case. Take a look up here. Stephen Johnson also involved.
Up there in this corner, so it could have been really bad.
Yeah, it felt like you're coming
Trying to get a better picture of what exactly happened. It's the 63 machine of AJ Hobson. We were just talking about AJ. Let's go back up here and see again. Trying to work with this the best I can. There it is, side by side with Michael Matta.
Alright,
Boom! Todd Merkel getting involved. Look at Stephen Johnson slide through there.
Hobson. I've looked at it about 10 times. I really can't tell. Came up before it came down, because it always kind of came up and down.
Oh man,
A
a lot of incidents early here at New Hampshire.
Racing deal.
To answer everybody's
Well,
burning
okay,
question,
right?
it was Maxwell Caldwell who got the lead there
Almost does not work here.
at the line. So he's going to be able to have a good restart with nobody beside him here. Let's see. Trying to get some variety up here in the booth for you. Oh, bring up Adam Lowe. Adam, it's Zach in the booth.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? It seems like you've seen a little bit of everything tonight, and yet I feel like the racing really hasn't gotten started yet.
Yeah, it's interesting, is what I'm gonna say. You know, even those couple laps you got there, I made a couple of spots up there finally, and we got 3 laps of green, and I just kind of riding. I'm not trying to push it because I'm afraid if I do, then we'll end up going green and we'll use up my tires.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we get some green laps in here and just kind of see who's a contender today.
You feeling good about New Hampshire? I know it can be a pretty down the middle track. You either really, really like it or you really, really don't.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm a fan of the track. But I feel like it kind of suits me a little bit, and the fact that you got to be real easy in and real easy off, so you don't spin it out or push. So I think I can put on a good performance here tonight. But like I said, I wasn't very good in practice, couldn't get a handle on it. I feel I'm pretty good now though, so we'll see when we get some laps in.
All right, Adam, I'm going to let you go back down to your buddies there in SCL Official, and good luck.
All right, thank you.
That was Adam Lowe, driver of the 58. Take a peek at him as we're going to go back to green, see what kind of restart he gets. Pace car is off. And we are back underway here. Going to get lap 30. Adam's going to be side by side here with Eric Schaus. This is a battle back here for the 5th position as Maxwell Caldwell is able to run away, at least for the moment, from Justin Lewis. The battle will actually be back here for Adam Lowe. And it looks like he's going to be able to get the position. Oh, I don't want to I don't want to jinx anybody. I can't pawn it off to Frank or anybody else up here because It's only me, so we'll see if Adam Lowe can wrestle this 5th place spot. Picked a great driver to talk to here during caution. Look how close they are, him and Eric Schaus. Side by side, this is your first battle on the racetrack. Look at the run Adam Lowe gets coming out of the corner. I think that was a little bit of Eric Schaus bowing out. And we are back under yellow again.
Hell of a lot of luck right there. That was a great battle we had, though.
Gonna have to see where this yellow came from.
I honestly thought you were ahead of me on the caution now.
And this is the last incident. I apologize.
That was a great job.
Yes. Of course, now we now we can get that, but I do believe this is Chris Myers and Andrew McKenzie. Take a look here. Look at that. McKenzie getting loose in front. And just a little bit of a tap there. I believe that's, yep, the 014 of Lee Campbell getting into Chris Myers, but well, started with just a real lazy spin here from Andrew McKenzie. 24 did everything he could to avoid him. Kind of upset the balance of his ride right there. Not a lot he can do. And Adam Lowe did wrestle that spot away from Eric Schaus, so good on you, Adam. Fighting hard there for 5th. Back up front, it still remains the same. Caldwell, Lewis, Call, and Dalton is your top 4. Looking back through the top 10, a couple notable stories. Michael Matta back here in 9th. Strong run there for the 16 machine. Klaus Williams hold and serve there, +3 from where he started. Feel like the Dark Horse Racing Machine should get a shout out too. Charles Teed up here at 11th. Seems how everything that could have went wrong did go wrong for the Dark Horse Racing competitors. His teammate Eric Peterson is back out on the racetrack. We'll log some laps here. But again, your biggest mover of the night is going to be Mark Millard, +13 from where he started. He scored as the 723 machine, but driving the Motorcraft 21 for tonight's event. But a very familiar sight up front is Maxwell Caldwell. Take a look up here. Get a bit of a different perspective. As they're going to rack them up here, getting ready to go. I believe the lights are out. Yes, they are. It took a long time to rack them up there, but nevertheless, we're ready to go. The starter getting out the green flag. He's ready to wave it up in the air. Pace car going down off of pit road. And we are back underway here at New Hampshire. Maxwell Caldwell leads them down. Lap 35, but now Justin Lewis is going to fight on that outside line. Let's see if he can hang up there. And it will work out for Justin Lewis as he's able now to go side by side. Austin Call thought about 3 wide, thought the better of it. Is the drive off here in 3 and 4 going to be the difference here, though, for Caldwell? Yes, he's able to get that lead back. Able to defend well. They're 3 wide behind him. There goes Adam Lowe. Adam Lowe. Free falling through the field. Stopped on the apron. And that is another caution here for tonight's event. We're going to take a look here how this all happened. Just trying to really dive it in there, and he's riding that groove that nobody really wants to go on, because that banking is just a little bit.
I knew it wasn't going to hit you guys.
different than that second groove. Trying to get a maybe a better view here of this incident for you. Take a look here. You can see how it's sort of like a bump. He's getting up there. Gonna put that car where others aren't. Freeze up your car, yes, because you're not driving in the wake of somebody in front of you, but Adam Lowe getting caught for incident. And look at this jumble on pit road. Wow, they leave Maxwell Caldwell out to dry. A couple guys go down with him. Austin Call, Klaus Williams, Andrew McKenzie. Some of these guys are down on pit road. That was
turmoil.
almost disastrous.
Check it out.
This is not exciting.
But,
Yep.
as is tradition here for SCL competition, a deviation in strategy has now started for tonight's event at New Hampshire. This league is really known for getting up a whole bunch of different strategy calls and trying to outsmart the competition. But first car to pit would be Austin Call. I think Maxwell voluntarily gave up spots. I'm not quite sure how all that worked. But Austin Call out here all by himself when it comes to being the lone Toyota at this back part of the field. His other counterpart up here in second place is Trevor Dalton. But for anybody wondering where that would put you in strategy, Austin Call is 16th now on the grid. Not a great spot to be, but sitting here on lap 39, you would think with all these cautions, it would benefit you somehow to pit now versus later. We're going to have to see how this pans out for Austin Call, Klaus Williams, Maxwell Caldwell's back there as well, Adam Lowe pitted. And we're back ready to go racing here at lap 41 of 100. And right there, Klaus Williams right off the restart. Spins out. You saw it in real time. Take a look here. Klaus laying back here for the restart. Getting a jump there on Ryan Farrell.
And no wonder the broadcaster didn't show up.
And again, just too low there on that banking. That is just a little bit different there on that bottom lane. Upsets the balance of the car. Spinning right around. We are chugging along here. I wish a little bit more at race pace, but sometimes you get weeks like this where rhythms are just really hard to establish. It's going to benefit a guy like Justin Lewis, who's up here just minding his own business. Really, a lot of these front guys being up front. As you can see, Justin Lewis, no stranger in terms of being up front here for SCL competition. Trevor Dalton, Eric Schaus, these are names that you're really familiar with from week to week. And then you have Craig Forsythe back here driving the 53 machine. Had a really good qualifying effort, started 7th. Look at all the grumpy cats and stuff on that car. What a paint scheme. Chad Jones, another strong run here. 675. Charles Teed, after a bevy of early race incidences involving him and his teammate, and Steven Johnson for that matter, who's back in 8th, they're up 7 and 8 positions respectively.
Sure does, Steven. I can't type and do that. I'm an old boomer.
And also
so
taking a look back
kudos
here a
to you
little
guys
bit
for
further is
typing
the
and,
014 machine
great.
of Lee
I can
Campbell.
barely
He's
get
up
on
9 from where he started.
It's only because I have VR.
So certainly up front you have your normal players, but then further on back through the field, you definitely have some guys that are really producing some very strong top 10 runs. Really pumped for those drivers that are able to perhaps put a whole race together and be able to battle it out here for a podium spot at the end. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go back green here in just a moment. It's going to be Justin Lewis, flanked by Trevor Dalton, and Eric Schaus now sitting in 3rd. Going to be taking lap 45 of this 100-lap event. We are back under green here at New Hampshire. Justin Lewis way out front now. Looking to put some distance between him and the field. I think this is actually some of the biggest leads that we've seen all night long, just simply because you haven't had a lot of green flag runs, but that 07 has shown time and time again this season he can be very sporty when it comes to being up front. Craig Forsythe was there on the wall, just a smidgen.
Sorry, Merkel, didn't know you were there.
Looks like they're all going to try to sort it out behind him. Look at that, 3-4 wide, further on back through the field. And they're still not done. Michael Matta and him getting into one another here in 1 and 2. This is a battle back here for 5th place. It's not like these guys are battling in the mid-pack right now. A lot of these guys having very strong runs. Todd Merkel's back here. Steven Johnson, as we mentioned earlier, McMeekin. We're going to stay focused back here on this battle for 5th on back. Mainly because that's where all the action is. Up front, they're all single file, 1 through 4, trying to find their own groove. That 53 machine, Craig Forsythe, has made a little bit of hay there. Getting by Michael Matta. Take a look back here. It's Todd Merkel side by side with Steven Johnson. Going into turn 3 and 4, you want to stay in that second lane. Todd's been very consistent on that this race. And he will make the pass up to 7th. Further on back through the field, we get to see Austin Call and those brand new tires. 4 fresh field goods now moving up. Just in front of him is Maxwell Caldwell and Adam Lowe, other drivers who went down pit road under that last caution. They're probably just begging, hoping for green flag runs. The battle continues on a little bit further as Todd Merkel tried to make a move there for 6th. They're not going to be able to get it done there. Back up front, it's Justin Lewis, who's pulled out to about a 7-car length lead there on Trevor Dalton, followed by Eric Schaus and Chad Jones. These things are starting to bunch up a little bit here from 6th on back. But for the most part, these drivers have found themselves single file. The first battle, for a moment, was Adam Lowe passing Charles Teed. Again, these drivers are on fresh tires. Look at Maxwell Caldwell there. Just using up Charles Teed a little bit there on exit. As we are now at the halfway point of this event. Gotta really be careful if you're these guys on fresh tires. You want to be able to slice and dice your way through the field, but you gotta do it smart. You see Ryan Farrell also making hay up through the field. That is a pass there for the 14th, 13th position. Looking back up here, tell you what, Craig Forsythe's done a great job. I thought earlier on in this run, he was the reason why this field was stacked up. He's found a groove here in 5th place. Really doing Some good racing out there right now. Taking on back through the top 4. Nothing has changed. First battle again will be Todd Merkel. Looking to the inside of Michael Matta. Matta's just leaving just enough room, but he's able to get that drive off that Merkel just does not have in that number 2 Merkel Racing Engines machine right now. A little further on back, Steven Johnson way up high, now going to fend off a couple guys with fresh tires. It's Adam Lowe, Caldwell, Paul, Farrell, all these guys have 4 fresh field goods trying to make their way through the field. Ooh, Adam Lowe gets turned to the outside fence. Oh, huge incident with Adam Lowe.
That was on me.
Chris Myers is able to squeeze through. Ryan Farrell's able to squeeze through, but that, you saw it on real time. Wow. What a hard wreck
He's car to the back.
here for Adam Lowe. You're going to see here from the blimp view, Caldwell getting a run. And just, I mean, got to run too good there. Take a look here from Austin Call's point of view. A little bit different of an angle. Look at that hit. Huge incident. Take a look at Maxwell here, just getting too close to him. Spins him out. Those 4 drivers were making so much time going through the field. But you gotta play it smart. And that negates the strategy for those guys who pitted, except Maxwell, who is up front at the moment.
Black cleared.
We'll have to see from race control what will come from this. But Maxwell does stay out.
Thank you.
He's the only car to stay out here under this particular cycle.
I'm glad I gave up the ghost here. Black paper's not going to be yellow. That was so close to speeding. Steven, I don't know how I don't know how I got ahead of you.
Lap 55, gonna go get lap 56 here.
We're both lucky.
As Caldwell does stay in front. He's not gonna opt to pit at the moment.
Drop off the jack thing. Yeah, you got full sim.
I think he's gonna stick with this strategy. That's really bold.
Can I get a clear black?
Maxwell Caldwell will be the one up front, trying to make things happen.
No pit close.
Take a look here at Adam Lowe here on pit road. I think pretty sure he took a tow back to pit road. That was a pretty hard hit coming out of turn 2. Look at him. He's getting service now.
Yeah, that's still pit close.
So he most likely took a tow, did his fast repair. You're seeing his pit stop here in real time. He's able to get back on the racetrack. That 58 was really strong here early on.
I think it's
You heard it up here at the booth.
Yeah.
He was confident over what was going on here tonight, being able to put a strong run together, even though this isn't top 5 favorite tracks for Adam. He's gonna have to just grit his teeth and muscle through it. I mean, we've had enough cautions, right? So if you are lapped down, don't be dismayed, right? You can have the opportunity to make your way back up through the field. It's not an impossible task. What I think might be an impossible task is going to be Maxwell Caldwell fending off these guys now on 4 fresh field goods. That is going to be exceptionally difficult.
At the same time and chain reaction.
Caldwell gonna lead him off here. Gonna go get lap 58 of 100. Little tire spin there from your leader. Again, this is this is gonna be a Herculean effort there from Caldwell to keep this field behind him. Clean air is definitely gonna help him, but I just don't know. Whole bunch of good drivers there behind him on fresh tires. Justin Lewis has been exceptional here early on. But clean air does count for something. The battle will be back here between Steven Johnson and the 30 machine of Trevor Dalton. Johnson kind of clawing his way back up through the field, getting involved in a couple incidences early on. Look how high he is there, though. That's not really where you want to be, way up there in that 4th lane. The benefit of that, though, as somebody who also drives this track and equally does not like it, is that you don't have to have as much wheel into the car coming out of the corner if you're up there in that 4th lane. So yeah, you get the good drive off, but you also decrease the risk of spinning out. So these drivers are taking calculated risks by being up that far, but as you can see, Johnson losing a couple spots there for staying up on that high line. Back up here looking at the front. Justin Lewis going to try to roll the outside lane, trying to get by Maxwell, which might be the ticket here to get the lead. Just a little bit too far away for Lewis to get real close to him. Taking a look down here on the opposite end of the racetrack, though, in 1 and 2. Justin Lewis is going to try to get that good run off again. Let's see how much he gains here going down the back. No, it's about a 1 car length distance. I really thought this battle was going to be very quick. Of course, if you're Maxwell, it's just going to be a topic of, well, if you let 1 car by me, then the car is going to handle so much worse further on back the field you get. So you really have to wrestle that clean air away from the 94. As you see Justin Lewis trying to get up on his bumper here. He's going to take a look to the inside. Here on lap 62, this is a pass for the lead. Justin Lewis now to the point back at New Hampshire. And let's see how that 94 now handles in dirty air with cars that are on better tires behind him. A great pass there by Justin Lewis. Right before a yellow flag here comes out. And we're going to see an incident that will involve Charles Teed getting into the 2 of Todd Merkel. A couple other drivers involved. I think that's Dalton Randolph back there. Just kind of a lazy spin there from Charles. Here's the 26. He's trying to avoid what's going on in front of him. Yeah, I mean, no worse for wear. Does he lock it down? He does. So great save there by Dalton Randolph. Keeping it off the fence. And now you got to wonder if you're Maxwell Caldwell, what in the world do you do? Because you're stuck up here, and I don't quite know what the fuel strategy is going to look like for these guys, but it's not like Max pitted on the halfway mark of this event. He pitted pretty early, and for him to say, I'm going to make it to the end of this race, when he last pitted on lap 37, that's pretty bold. As you see Austin Call up there on the high line, going to get the lucky dog. But yeah, through lap 64 of this 100 lap event, we here at Sim Racing Media want to make known to you once again a great partner of the SCL Weekly Racing Series, which is WJM Motorsports. WJM Motorsports is a team of professional and amateur virtual builders, drivers, broadcasters, crew chiefs, spotters, painters, and mechanics, all striving to win in glorious one-sided fashion. They provide extensive exposure for sponsors within real world and over the virtual racing world with an emphasis on iRacing,
Don't hurt my kitty kitty.
And you can get your WJM merchandise and check out all the drivers and partners on the team, as well as finding more information about how you and your company can get on board with this rapidly growing, highly competitive iRacing team at www.wjmmotorsports.com or by sending an email to bill@wjmmotorsports.com. This isn't the only SCL action we have for you. We do cover these guys' Street Stock Series and their Super Truck Series, so head on over to those events throughout the week so you might be able to watch them. Again, for those of you who might have put this video down and forgot about the circumstances, my name is Zach Woods, and I'm up here all by myself up here in the booth tonight, covering the SCL Winston Cup Series action. And they call it that because they use the old Winston points system, in which Maxwell Caldwell is the leader of in that 94 machine. And due to circumstances outside of my control, you are getting a recorded version of this previously scheduled event. We hope to be able to give you live content here very soon. But that doesn't mean the racing action isn't exciting, because we get to have great competitors up here like Justin Lewis and Maxwell Caldwell, Trevor Dalton, Eric Schaus. These guys have been battling each other all year long here, trying to get the upper hand on one another. We are back green here, going to get lap 67, as Justin Lewis is going to lead them down the front stretch and into turn 1. Let's see how Maxwell Caldwell can defend the rest of the field behind him on better tires. The battle will be back here for third between Trevor Dalton and Eric Schaus. Schaus looking to make that move here on that low line. Can he get it done? Got to rotate here through the center of the corner. Look at him pushing up just a little bit. That's exactly what Trevor Dalton wants to see, is he's going to try to get that good launch off. Still side by side here for third place. We're going to focus on this battle until the battle for the lead starts to amp up again. Dalton should have this advantage coming out of the corner. He does. No, he's not clear yet. Look at this. Get a better view of this. Side by side going into the turn 3 and 4. I think Dalton should get him there. Yep. There he goes. Immediately looking back through the field. We have Ryan Farrell back here. This is a battle for 8th. He's trying to fend off the 675 of Chad Jones, and Klaus Williams is up here too. Todd Burkle just outside the top 10 here in 11th. Drivers trying to rebound from what has been a very eventful night here at New Hampshire. Back up front, we have Justin Lewis running away right now. Again, we haven't had the opportunity to get very far into a run tonight, so at a track that is sort of known for chewing up tires and spitting them out, well, don't have that opportunity. Let's take a look way back here in the field. I saw they were battling back here for probably not as far back as I thought. That's Steven Johnson side by side here with Ryan Farrell. This is a battle for 7th. Farrell looking to rebound here. Involved in an earlier incident. I feel like I can say that about about nearly anybody here tonight, but they're putting on a good show right now. Good side-by-side racing all throughout the field. Your driver that's in the position. Oh no! I was going to say he's in the position for the lucky dog, but how is that not a caution? Wow! Ryan Farrell hard into the outside wall. We're still under green. Heavy damage there. Got another car back behind him. locked up his brakes. That was Jason Crumley. Farrell's going to have to limp this thing down to pit road. He was battling for the 7th position. Hard into the outside fence. He's going to limp it down pit road here on lap 73. Probably take his fast repair and get back out there. Heavy damage. Back up front here. You got a battle here for second. Maxwell Caldwell side by side with Trevor Dalton. Dalton now setting his sights now on the lead. Max kind of rolls over. He blinks in and out. Blinks right in front of Eric Schaus. Good heads-up driving there by the 60 machine. That could have been disastrous. And then the pain of the night, Craig Forsythe. I still want to dwell on him. Look at all the cats on that race car. That's just... winning one for cat lovers everywhere. Look at him go. We're going to be approaching the 3/4 mark here as Justin Lewis is soon going to have a mirror full of Trevor Dalton. Trevor Dalton is out here laying some wicked fast laps right now. It's go time here for that 30 machine. And the further on back Maxwell Caldwell drops, the tighter that car is going to get. It's going to be harder to fend off those guys behind him. Take a look back here. Got some battles going on. Todd Merkel getting by Klaus Williams. I think Klaus had a little bit of an issue coming out of turn 2. But he's able to get that pass done. Back here you have Austin Call, who was the recipient of the lucky dog that last time around. He's worked his way back up to 12th. He has passed Michael Matta. So Call, you know, that 18 machine, he's got a lot of speed there. Can he muster up a last-ditch effort through the field? We'll have to see. Back up front, though, it's a battle starting to shape up between the 30 machine of Trevor Dalton, and right now your first place participant, Justin Lewis, side by side here at the start-finish line. Give that one to Lewis that lap. As Dalton goes a little bit hot, he's going to use up the 07 machine just a little. Out of the turn, they're going to give each other a lot of room going down the backstretch. Barreling down here into 3 and 4, side by side. This is the battle for the lead here. With 23, now 22 laps to go. What a battle. Side by side racing here. Justin Lewis knows, and they're going to make contact again. Lewis into the fence. Wow. And if you're Trevor Dalton, you better run and hide. Justin Lewis gets put into the outside fence. You saw it live. Beating and banging up here at New Hampshire of all places. Now, for the lead, if you're the 07, you got to settle in. You got to go and get him now. That's going to be really hard. Trevor Dalton still putting down great laps. Let me tell you, anger can make a driver go a lot faster than he ever thought. So Justin Lewis is now going to go hunt him down. He's certainly got time. We got 20 laps to go here. Looking further on back here, you can see Matthew McMeekin now peeking to the inside of Maxwell Caldwell. Those tires must be screaming on that 94. Oh, Justin Lewis misses the corner. Hard into the outside wall. Oh my goodness, let's take a look. Oh. I mean, he just missed the corner. Let's take another look. See how he's running. He's in between the seam. Just too much wheel into it. Wow. Justin Lewis, who was your leader up until a lap ago, got booped out of the lead by Trevor Dalton.
No, I don't know what the hell happened there. Like,
Nothing,
the wheel
I wouldn't
was
say nothing nefarious or
when I tried
anything,
to- I
but
got a little loose with it, I was walking right. I
still,
got it unlocked, I was freaking
heartbreak
out.
there for that 07 machine. I mean, you're going to go down pit road, as the entire field, I'm
Didn't that
sure,
happen,
will
like, 2
do.
weeks ago when you were leading? I reset everything, it's just being funky.
The drivers there on on the track or a lap down.
Didn't that happen like 2 weeks ago when you were leading the race?
So we have these drivers coming down pit road. Focus on Ryan Farrell here. He's the lucky dog this time around. Take a look on your race out at pit road. Everybody's pretty equal. And that's the caution that Maxwell Caldwell needed in order to get on the same cycle as everybody else. He's going to restart fourth. I want to talk about the driver here that's been pretty quiet in terms of me mentioning his name here on the broadcast. But that's Matthew McMeekin here. Strong run from that 041. He's put a good race together here tonight. Started second. He's just kind of chilled out there in that front part of the field, that front 8 or so, most of the night. He's got a shot now to win it. Greg Forsythe back here in 5th. A couple guys having great runs right behind him. Michael Matta. I feel like Steven Johnson's been involved in a number of incidences. He's up 9 from where he started tonight. And as of this moment, is your biggest mover of the race. Justin Lewis was able to pit, get repairs where appropriate. And for those of you wondering, he will restart 15th on the grid as we're going to prepare to go back to green. Really excited to see how this one all shapes out. They're going to be chasing that 07. Yeah, that 07, that 30. They were chasing the 07. But they're going to be chasing Trevor Dalton and Eric Schaus, who he very well could wind up being a victor in this one. Lights are out here on the pace car. We are going to be taking the green here with 16 laps to go here from New Hampshire. They're not done yet throwing haymakers. It's Trevor Dalton out front, side by side with Eric Schaus. Quickly is able to take his line away and dive it down into turn 1. Front 3 for the most part are single file. No, McMeekin is going to take a peek down there. Looking for more here. Tried the inside line. No, Caldwell blocks him going down in the corner. We do have a battle now shaping up for the lead. More things going on here further on back through the field. I feel like there's too much to cover. Chad Jones was way outside the groove. He's able to keep the car underneath him. And we do have a caution. And it is Austin Call. Yeah, so I did see this. Yep. I saw that 675 way outside of the groove. Again, just kind of getting into Todd Merkel there a little bit. Let's see how it affected Todd here. Just kind of booped him out of the groove. Didn't really cause any issues for him. So Austin Call, who was making his way back up through the field, is now again. The last car on the lead lap. Minus who's going to be waved around in front of him. But again, we have a yellow. And, man, with 14 laps to go, we've seen a little bit of everything here tonight.
Give everybody a chance to bit when we can.
I'm going to actually pull a driver who we were just talking about earlier. I hope he is all right with this, but we're going to try anyway. This is going to be Matthew McMeekin here in the 041. Talked about how good of a run he's having. We actually have the ability to bring him up here, so that's what we're going to try to do.
I was kind of anticipating more.
Matthew, it's Zach up in the booth.
How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good. Hey, you've had a really strong run out here tonight in that 041. Talk to us about your evening. I know it's been pretty chaotic at times.
I did the yo-yo, so got tires around 35, went to the back, hung out there, and worked myself up, and put my last set of shoes on, see what we got. I don't know, these 4 guys ahead of me are pretty fast. I need more laps for them to wear their stuff out.
All right, well, make sure you hit your marks on this restart and go out and get them.
Thank you.
All right, that was Matthew McMeekin. Don't really have the opportunity to talk to him too much when it comes to week here. He's in a pretty good position right now, sitting 4th. Anything can happen, especially between these front drivers. For anybody wondering, Justin Lewis, he is up to 7th. Excuse me, he's up to 11th here. This field is going to get stacked up and ready to go. So his march to the front isn't quite done yet, but it's going to take quite a bit for him to make his way back up through the field. Back up front, it's going to be Trevor Dalton and Eric Schaus. To get the green, it's going to be 11 laps to go. And hopefully, we can see an 11 lap green flag sprint to the end. We'll see what these drivers have up their sleeves. As the pace car is off and we are back underway, Trevor Dalton getting another great restart there. Eric Schaus very quick to block Maxwell Caldwell there going into turn 1. Everybody sort of figured it all out behind them. Michael Matta missed his braking point going into the corner. As the battle now is for second here between Caldwell and Schaus. Doing a great job now being side by side. This is exactly what Trevor Dalton wants to see. Battle behind me. Pushing up the racetrack there is Caldwell. Schaus bumps into Caldwell. That's a little bit of net code. Michael Accord there you saw sputtering. He's able to get it back in line towards the end of your screen. That's a little bit of net code as Caldwell still getting into him. 53 in the fence. That's Craig Forsythe. He's going to lose a few positions. Dropping back from 5th to 7th now. 3 wide back here. With Steven Johnson, Craig Forsythe, Justin Lewis here. Trying to make his way back up through the field.
Yeah.
This battle raging on here from 6th on back. From 5th on back, actually. It's Michael Matta up here. In that blue Nationwide Chevrolet. Drivers got to be careful here. You got to race hard, but you got to race clean. Look at that 40 Ryan Farrell diving to the inside of Todd Merkel. Battles continue to raging on back here through the field. Just inside the top 10. The reason why we're focusing back here as well, Trevor Dalton has set sail. He's running away. We'll cover any battles that happen further on through the front if they materialize. Merkel way up in the marbles there. With 8 to go. Gonna try to get a good run off. Oh no! Craig Forsythe gets into the fence. He's able to save it. Side by side now here with Steven Johnson. Johnson's going to use him up just a little bit up the hill. As you can see, most of the drivers behind him aren't afraid to do the same exact thing. As Craig Forsythe, this restart has not been kind to him. Falling back through the field now. He's trying to hold on to a top 10. Ryan Farrell trying to get to the inside of Steven Johnson. He's a little sideways out of the corner. Back up to the lead. They're all chasing Trevor Dalton, who has set his sights to victory. Now with Eric Schaus 0.8 of a second behind him. Followed by McMeekin and Maxwell Caldwell. But don't look now, that 07 of Justin Lewis. He knows he had the car to possibly win tonight's event. He's not going to have enough time to get back up there if it stays green. Oh, it won't stay green. We have another caution for incident. And that's going to be the 2 of Todd Merkel.
I'll take that credit for that single car spin. I got pinned down.
Take a look here. Merkel single car spin. But that is not the only incident that happened. Ryan Farrell crashed as well. We're going to jump to this. This is after the yellow, supposedly. Farrell just puts it on the apron, toes to pit road. So possibly a time commitment for him as he will retire early. Yeah, but that 2 car, just another lazy spin. We've seen that a lot out of guys tonight. Merkel was battling just inside the top 10. Well, this changes things, doesn't it? So, we documented how Justin Lewis is making his way through the field. He will start on the 3rd row. He's going to be 6th. The guy who did him wrong is 1st, if you ask Justin. I'm assuming a lot here, but the guy who booped him out of the lead, we'll put it that way, is still in the lead. Trevor Dalton in the 30 machine. And we've seen all night long, if you are the control car, you're pretty much invincible. So, we'll see how this all shakes out. As the lights are out on the pace car, we're going to try to get a natural green-white checkered here. And we are going to be back underway. Here you can see the jump from Trevor Dalton already going into turn 1. The battle will rage on behind him. Eric Schaus trying to fend off Matthew McMeekin and Maxwell Caldwell. And I do believe there is another caution, as Michael Accord has wrecked.
I can't see the guy.
Wow.
I can see your rip off. My bad.
Oh, that's all good. You knocked me into the hole there. So it was like that.
Trying to take another look at this. Might be a connection issue.
For a second, I thought I was going to send you flying. I'm glad I did.
But he has towed it down to pit road.
It's turn 3.
Michael Accord's night is over. Well,
That caution brought out by the 17.
this has turned into something, hasn't it? These drivers are gonna bottle them up here again.
He was only racing little me for the position.
We're gonna see if we can't get a
But I am the lucky dog. So good
green-white checker here
Come on.
for tonight's event.
I think he was best if we had
I know they tried to take it the scheduled distance there by shortening up that yellow, but that will not be the case. Going on back here through the top 10. Mata here, 6 up from where he started. Steven Johnson up 9. Klaus Williams here, sitting 9th. Good run for him. Austin Call has bounced back all the way back up to 10th. Charles Steed, they're in 11th. So some of these guys are having pretty decent runs, all things considered. Trevor Dalton looking to cap this one off. It's going to be a big effort from him in order to hold off this field, because I think if they get some green flag racing, I think the guys behind him really have a shot to catch him on a short run. So it'll depend on if the driver behind Dalton gets a good jump, which will be the 041 of McMeekin. If he's able to stay right on that 30s bumper, need to watch out. But we will be pacing around here again. See, the lights are still on. I just want to take a look here at the flag stand just in case if I'm wrong. We've been wrong here before. Okay, so flag stand still has the yellow flag out, which means we will be going, I believe, to a green-white checkered attempt, which simply put is an attempt to either get a yellow flag or the white flag. And if here at SCL action, those are the only two flags you're really begging to see here very early on. I know Dalton will probably be hoping for a yellow as soon as possible, because SCL only gets one attempt at a green-white checkered. So if he's able to get out to a good jump here and the yellow flies, Trevor Dalton will be your winner here tonight. But let's see, stacking them up 2 by 2 again here at New Hampshire. Trevor Dalton, Eric Schaus, McMeekin, and Maxwell Caldwell going to take the green flag. And away we go. McMeekin got a pretty good restart, but Schaus isn't going to let him go. Racing him tight here on the outside. McMeekin now with a good run through the center of the corner. This is the closest they've gotten all night, and there they go. Hard in the outside wall. And that will be Steven Johnson. Gonna squeak on through. They're still wrecking behind, but I think Johnson squeaked through for P3. We're gonna have to wait for timing and scoring. But it was chaos on the last lap. I think Johnson's gonna get second. And Trevor Dalton,
How about that?
I believe, is going to be your race winner.
My black? Can I get my black here?
Side by side, I'm pretty sure he will take the checkered flag here. Let's see, Barney's out here with the yellow flag. We'll see if that changes to a... It will. There it is. Checkered flag and yellow alongside of it. Will wave for Steven Johnson, sitting P2. What a great run for him. Plus 14 from where he started tonight. But it wasn't quite good enough to catch the main man on campus. Trevor Dalton is able to secure the win tonight here at New Hampshire. What a finish. Justin Lewis able to get third. I think Craig Forsythe's going to come home fourth. Again, we're going to have to take a look at timing and scoring. Let's take a look here at this wreck. Schaus getting a little sideways. Look at the parts fly off these guys. That's it. That's all it really caused. Sorry for the connection issues there, but really, a last lap incident causes mayhem up front. And I couldn't think of a more fitting way to end it. So, these drivers tried to put on the best show they could tonight. Trevor Dalton's going to be your winner here.
Man, way to avoid the gauntlet.
Let's see if I
Yeah, make sure you guys know the
can't get a better angle for our viewers. There we go. Look at that.
Can't believe I got top 5.
But first, we're going to try to get a hold of Justin Lewis, see if we can't get him up here.
shaking.
Trying to see anybody who might be available. There he is. So there's Justin Lewis, our third place finisher. This is Zach up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Hey, Justin. This has been quite an event. I want to hear from your point of view how New Hampshire wound up for you.
Yeah. It's a circle, or I guess an oval in this case, and it felt like longevity was key before I got tired, wanted to fall asleep there for a minute, but once we got some green flag runs in, it was pretty good. I didn't get hardly any practice, so when we did get that long run and I got to the lead and Trevor ran me down, I couldn't do nothing. I felt like I was going to die every time I got to the middle of each corner, so kind of just tried to hang on and hang out with them, and then I got loose and got into him and attacked the wall, and then after that I had a weird thing with my wheel. My wheel had an update before the race, and like when I went into the corner and got loose, and when I corrected it back to the right to save the car, it just locked right for a second, so it just aimed me right toward the wall. So I had to kind of just go with the punches on that one, but I was surprised that pitting there and taking tires, I mean everybody else did too, but I was surprised I charged from like 16th to here, so I'll take it. Kind of sucks to not have a shot at Max for the championship, but I forgot a long time ago that I'm going to be on vacation next week anyway, so it's kind of just a, go for the win type of night, but it's been a fun season. You guys have been great as always. Definitely try to be back. We know with dodging the sprint cars schedule for my real season here coming up, so
All right.
just kind of try to do my thing, just try to keep it together and not look like a fool after it feels like every time I get a chance at something I botch it somehow, some way in this dang league. So
Well, that 07 machine was really quick out there tonight. You put on a great show. I want to leave it up to you for thank you, sponsors, and shout-outs for that P3 effort.
just you guys in the booth, you guys do great all the time. SCL for making a great league, and hopefully maybe you or the other guys will be tuning in for Wednesday, because that's going to be the real tight point battle for the Truck Series finale at Martinsville. So pretty excited for that, and hopefully we can get that championship.
All right. Well, go and enjoy it, Justin.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And that is your third place finisher, Justin Lewis. We're going to try to get the second place finisher from tonight's event, Steven Johnson, up here in the booth. Steven, it's Zach. You got a copy?
Hey, yeah, I got you.
Hey, you were nowhere to be found until you suddenly were at the end. So talk about your night tonight here in New Hampshire.
Man, hey, it was a mess, okay? I had a great time, and oh man, I like I was saying earlier in the chat here, I didn't even have the track downloaded, so I had really no idea how to get around the track for real. I caused the first caution. It was a bit of a mess, man. I was just trying to hang on to it and watch as much as I could and avoid the wrecks. That's kind of what worked out for me in the end. I ended up getting my car repaired and just avoided the wrecks and got me up there.
Well, you certainly did a great job at avoiding the wrecks after, as you said, that first little spill saw you get into it. But regardless, you put a good race together, being able to sort of survive here in New Hampshire and capture a second place finish. You've been able to build quite a bit of momentum here over the last half of this season. What has changed for you here in the sim or just in this league in general? Because we weren't really talking about the 44 all too often. Now it seems like every other week you're a part of our broadcast up here in the booth.
Yeah, I've just been trying to focus and actually spend a lot of well, as much time as I could in the sim and working on, just running laps, running clean laps, clean, consistent laps, and being very patient throughout the race, trying to just keep myself out of trouble. A lot of times I found myself getting into trouble, especially last season, because I was trying to be so aggressive, force my way to the front. I found that as long as I'm being a little bit patient, a lot of times over long runs, it kind of comes to me a little bit. So, yeah, that's just kind of been what my focus has been. I've just been trying to be consistent and be patient, and it's been working out for me.
Well, you certainly did a great job tonight snagging P2, avoiding the chaos there at the end. Do you have any thank you sponsors and shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, well, shout out to you guys at the broadcast booth. Shout out to SCL for hosting such a great league, and anybody who checked it out. Thank you guys for checking it out. Hey, shout out to me for backing into a second place. And yeah, I'm just glad it's gonna keep going here. Hopefully we get something better in Atlanta.
All right, good stuff. Go and enjoy it. And that was Steven Johnson, your second place finisher here tonight. We're going to turn it over now to the man who had a plan all night long, being able to be out front. That's Trevor Dalton. And Zach up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you fended off the field with a very long stick there at the end, and being able to perform well restart after restart was a big reason you got the victory out there tonight. But talk to the fans out there about your night here at New Hampshire.
Well, as you could tell, it was a long night.
Yeah.
It wasn't it was a very caution-filled, kind of not that fun race, but around lap 70, it did get fun. Justin and I had a pretty good race there side by side, and I was telling him I hope I wasn't the one that got into him. It felt like he got loose outside me, and I think that's what I heard happen.
Well, you managed. I want to unpack that a little bit for you, because it certainly wasn't without incident tonight. I mean, you were of course you started pole, so one would think that, hey, at a track like New Hampshire, you could just string some long green flag runs and run away from the field. But what was particularly difficult about starting and stopping at this track?
Well, I'm not the greatest on restarts, so kind of getting, being comfortable with throwing it into the corner and the other guys behind me throwing it in harder. Took me till the late evening to be a little more comfortable with that. So I would have preferred some long runs, but I think there were some better guys on the long runs. Maxwell's always king of tires. No, it was a good race.
Well, you certainly earned it out there, snagging that P1 position in what was a bit of a different race for SCL competition, but a race nonetheless. P1 still gives out the same points. So I want to give it up to you for thank you sponsors and shout-outs.
Well, thanks to you guys for finally showing up. Snicker.
Oof.
No, appreciate you guys in the booth. Appreciate the SCL broadcast guys, the league administration. Great group of guys to run with. Actually appreciate everybody in the field. It's a real fun racing with everybody.
Well, you go and enjoy it, man. You certainly earned that out there. That's Trevor Dalton, your race winner. All right. And moving on from that, I'm going to take a look here at your finishing results tonight. Hey, Trevor Dalton. Trevor Dalton, of course. We just talked to him. Your race winner here tonight. But Trevor Dalton gets the race win here tonight with Steven Johnson and Justin Lewis getting your top three here. Timing and scoring, especially for these late race cautions and coming to the white, it kind of gets a little wonky here on our end. But correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. But we have Craig Forsythe and Klaus Williams being 4th and 5th for tonight's event. Michael Matta and Austin Call finishing 6th and 7th. Maxwell Caldwell is going to limp home 8th, with 9th being Chris Myers. And Don Merkel going to scrounge out 10th place. Lee Campbell is going to finish 11th, with Charles Teed, Adam Lowe, Jason Crumley, and Chad Jones rounding out your top 15. Mark Millard is going to finish 16th tonight. 17th will go to Matthew McMeekin. And Eric Schaus is going to finish 18th. Going to take a look further on down here in the running order. You're going to have Dalton Randolph finishing 19th. Eric Peterson 20th. Ryan Farrell 21st. Michael Accord here in 22nd. AJ Hobson in 23rd. And then two drivers who did not roll off this evening, Mark Brown and Matt Mettler, finishing 25th and 26th respectively. So that is it for this week's production here, covering SCL weekly series, international weekly series here from New Hampshire. My name is Zach Woods, and I want to thank you for bearing with us here tonight, being able to put out this product for you here very shortly, but can't wait to be able to be back up here in the booth, get somebody else here on the cameras, and to cover this awesome racing here with you later on next time. So until we meet again, my name is Zach, and remember, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.